Ladies and gentlemen, this content is brought to you by Frankel and Frankel, the best personal injury lawyers in the DFW. If you get into an accident or get hit by a truck, call the Frankels immediately. Because if you call the insurance company, they're going to try to get over it. If you call your mama, she going to panic. You need to call the Frankels and they can tell you what to do step by step. And it's free consultation, which makes them different from some of these other law firms because it's always this payment just to talk to somebody. You may talk to a robot. You may get a call center or something like that. If you call the Frankels, 9 times out of 10, you're going to talk to a Frankel. Let me tell you something. Insurance companies do not like these guys. You can go to their website, frankelfirm.com, scroll to the bottom, and you can see some of the wins from their clients and the money that they made. They have 100 years of combined experience, and they used to defend some of these insurance companies. So they took that experience, knowing how they operate, and they're using it against them to help you. Honesty and transparency go a long way. These people don't even charge you for a consultation. They want to talk to you directly. If you're in the DFW area and you've been into an accident, got hit by a car or a truck, sorry that happened to you. But listen, tap in with the Frankels and tell them that Voch sent you. Call the Frankels first, 214-333-3333, or go to frankelfirm.com. And we are back. We got another film session here. We're taking a look at Ajani Cornelius. He's a day 3 prospect, and I think he's going to be a developmental tackle prospect for you. Now, this is why the day 3 offensive line prospects, even the undrafted kids, right? They're important because I know y'all sick and tired of spending first round picks on offensive linemen. So you have to throw darts like these, hoping that they can grow and train and develop, kind of like Terence Steele did, so you don't have to spend first round pick on offensive line like I would. Okay, but let's talk about Ajani Cornelius, man. He got an interesting set of traits. You know, he ain't the best moving character in the world, but it seems like all of his best blocks are when he has to move. All right, so just take a look at him here, pulling, wrapping, going to go hit the linebacker, and look, he does this a bunch. UCLA, Ohio State, Oregon State, pick a game. Like he's a pulling and thumping fool. Here's another example of him just moving around and his best blocks being move blocks. This next block is actually his best block. And that's the reach block. Take a look at your boy. This is one of the most pivotal blocks in pro football, is cutting off the backside 3. It's kind of like cutting the defense in half. You feel me? So being able to block number 91 in this situation, and I guess like number 7 when he reappears into the frame or whatever, well, he gone. So if he was a linebacker, this is actually one of the most important blocks in the National Football League. If you're like a right tackle, that backside reach block, like reaching a backside 3 or like somebody head up on your guard or whatever, those blocks are super important because we're trying to cut this D line in half, right? And Ohio State already gave us a favorable box to start with here, but just take a look at Ajani Cornelius just being a good backside scooper, backside reacher, pooper, scooper dude, right? And that's Tyleik Williams, who's a guy that I considered a top tackle in this draft. He ended up being a first round pick. I think that's accurate. And him being able to reach Tyleik was very important to this, to this run play working. I can't speak for the rest of the offensive line and their lack of scoops, but Cornelius was cool with his. I'll show you another one. Cornelius again, we about to cut this thing in half, reaching the backside 3 on the scoop. Cornelius again, reaching Tyleik Williams, the 3 backside on the scoop. Is very important if you're doing outside zone blocks. I know the Cowboys going to be doing a bunch of duo because that's what they're telling us, but there's still going to be times where we're going to have to outside zone block, reach block, scoop, and all that. Cornelius can do it. One more. We ain't doing nothing else, man. This might be his best block, so I felt the need to showcase it one more time. I wouldn't call Ajani Cornelius like a super imposing character, but he does move bodies just a little bit. And this is why you draft him in day 3. He doesn't move bodies like the 12th overall pick or nothing like that, but he does move bodies just enough. If he's in the right situation, squares up with you, moves his feet a little bit, then he can indeed put some grass stains on your pants there. He doesn't do it consistently, but maybe that's why the Cowboys look at him as a guard. I'll give you another example. Last time he was blocking in on the 3-tech or whoever the looper was. This time he's blocking out on Jack Sawyer there, getting square, turning bodies, bam, we're going to bend our knees and we're going to be good to go there. Now, if y'all notice, it ain't like Ajani Cornelius flying off the football or anything like that, right? Like, it's interesting. His best blocks are like move-based blocks, right? But he ain't the quickest, fastest footed guy in the world. So I don't know. Maybe that's why the Cowboys are putting him at guard, so he can be a decent moving guard, like a guard with decent ability to move, I should say. Let's move on. This is what I like right here. We got Cornelius on the right side there, left side of your screen, right side of the offense there. Here's what I like about him as a pass block. I'm going to run this play, then we're going to come back, and then we're going to run it down here. If y'all watch my Kelvin Banks video, one thing that was very important to me to an offensive lineman, especially pass game, run game, whatever, but pass game in particular, is find your leverage, right? Do whatever you got to do to bend them knees, not at your hips, and find your leverage. And what I like about Cornelius here, and, you know, moving backwards, you have the tendency to get high a little bit, right? If you moving forward, we can bend our knees and give a little lean and get good leverage moving forward. But going backwards, it's hard to do that. And as you can see, Cornelius is a little high right now, but boy, he makes it a point, very intentional, with bending his knees and getting his damn arms under somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Like down, very intentional about getting down right there. Look, man, that's porn right there. That's O-line porn right there. And look, as you can see, there is an edge coming off the ground. I think that's Oladejo. But you see an edge coming off the ground because now we're in proper position to scoop and pick your ass up off the ground. That's what we do here. I'll give you one more. Same team. We ain't doing nothing else. Bam. Starting off a little high. That's all right. I'm gonna scoop. Now he ain't get all the way up under him, right? He ain't get all the way up under him because 17 is doing his job at trying to win the leverage battle as well. But at least we're fighting to get here, right? And this all starts with hands, right? Get a little bit of hand placement in this fight here. Boom, boom, boom. Ajani's getting his hands in the right place. His body's not in the right place. His feet not in the right place. He's leaning at the waist right now, which ain't right. Okay, but at least his hands are there and his elbows are bent. So now he can scoop and kind of pick you up a little bit, bam, and then before you know it, he can get under you because he's lifting you, right? You end up taller than him because Cornelius ends up lifting you off the ground a little bit, right? It wasn't perfect in this situation, but at least what it shows me is that he's conscious of that. Like he's always trying to win that leverage battle. And at the end of the day, that's all we want to do. We just want to win our leverage battles. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. That's Ajani Cornelius, man. Like I said earlier, it'll be fun watching him do camp stuff because I think the Cowboys have a plan for him. Maybe not like a Terence Steele plan to the letter, right? Because Terence had to play a little early and he wasn't great at it. But maybe this is to kick Walesko off the field, right? Or just off the team because he don't even play backup on the field. And just make Cornelius like your backup right tackle guy. And for Cornelius to be your backup right tackle guy, he'll develop and he'll play behind Terence Steele, which he plays a lot like. Not Texas Tech, Terence Steele, but the Terence Steele that's a Dallas Cowboy right now. He plays a lot like that kind of Terence Steele. So maybe in like 2 or 3 years, Ajani Cornelius will be a guy for you that can come in and play, and we'll be good to go. All right. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Walls and Peace Squeeze. We ain't doing nothing else. I'm trying to get to 100, so please hit that button and hit the likes, and I'll catch y'all next time. I'm back in the film session. I know George Pickens came in and shook everything up, but we back at it like a crack at it. You heard me? Peace, y'all. Salute.